You're listening to Last Word Radio, where you get the last word.
Welcome to the Fourth Line Podcast, part of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB. This is September the 7th, 2017. With you today is myself, Carl, and the always wonderful Joel. Take two.
Really early in the week.
Yeah, it's a nice, we recorded first on Wednesday, and now it's Thursday. So we decided to, give the Flames enough time to sign Sam Bennett and decided to hop right back on the mic.
Wait, no, we didn't. Did we record Wednesday? Like yesterday? No.
Did I say Wednesday? I meant to say
Yeah.
Monday. It's been a very long day, Joel.
Apparently. Wait, no it hasn't for you. You didn't work today, did you?
I worked on like a million things that I didn't get paid for today.
Oh, okay.
So
like normal adult stuff?
Just things that I've signed myself up to do that just all culminated into, like, I had an hour and a half meeting today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's definitely
that was the big part of your day.
that was the old time suck right there. So, but that is fine. We've got I've got a busy weekend ahead of me as well, which is why we're on Thursday, and this isn't coming out till Sunday. So as long as nothing happens between now and Sunday, we should be fine. And no one's gonna trade for Matt Duchene on September the 12th.
They could.
Or September the 10th. It's just not gonna happen. So
How far away are we from preseason?
well, camp opens next week. The regular season opens in less than a month. And the preseason, I didn't know anyone actually cared.
I know, I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I know, because camp's open, they probably give them 2 weeks.
Yeah. This is interesting, yeah. I gotta decide what I'm doing as far as being able to view hockey this year.
Like, which means you're going by.
Yeah. Do I just go my regular only watch Leafs on Saturday night? Or do I watch Austin Matthews score 4 goals and then force me to make a decision to spend money?
Austin Matthews scores 4 goals and you drop $200 on center ice.
Yeah.
Well, that is a tough decision. I think I'm leaning towards, with now having the Avs and the Canes, and neither of them being on television in Alberta, I think I'm going to have to lean towards getting something so that I can watch.
I don't like center ice.
I also don't like center ice.
I like Game Pass.
Yeah, the online, the Rogers Game Center, whatever it's called. Yeah,
Because I can watch it on my PlayStation and my iPad.
yeah, and you can go back and rewatch them.
Yeah. It never works though.
No,
That's the only thing. Like there was at least 4 or 5 times last season that it just was down.
that's disappointing.
Oh yeah, it's not. How come Major League Baseball has been able to figure out how to bring an affordable, seamless, perfect app to watch baseball, and none of the other leagues have even come close to matching it?
Yeah, I hear you.
That was a question.
I don't.
How come?
Because even
Answer, Carl, and tell me all the things.
NHL's even partnered with Major League Baseball Entertainment to make this happen. So they're using presumably the same technology, but probably like worse servers or something like that.
Well, Game Pass is not nearly as good. Is it Game Pass that NHL's or which one is it? Center Ice?
No, it's not Center Ice. It's like the online versions. So yeah,
So Game Pass.
yeah.
Man, Center Ice is bad. Like I don't like that. The Game Pass. Game Pass is bad, the app, but it's way more convenient than Center Ice.
Oh, hands down for sure. Yeah, it is weird, and like even cost wise, because Major League Baseball, you get 162 games for these teams. We're paid like $130.
Yeah.
$200
For, like-
for half the games in hockey. Double the money, half the games. Doesn't make sense. Get it together, NHL. Be better.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. We wouldn't be even thinking about it if you provided something just as good as what baseball does.
Yeah. If it was $130 and it worked as seamlessly as baseball, I would get it immediately. I wouldn't even question.
Yeah, you would just be like, "This is my $120 allotment."
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm going to do with that?
No,
If I get it, I'm not going to watch Sam Bennett.
no.
No.
Flames
He's going to be in the AHL.
Flames fans can watch Sam Bennett. Talking's real hard tonight. For the low price of $1.95 million. So certainly nowhere close to the Leon Draisaitl that Flames Radio still wishes that he could be compared to.
Yeah. When I heard what the terms were, I was like, oh, that's not unreasonable. I don't know. It's not like Sam. It's still not. You still don't know what Sam Bennett is, but at least you're not paying him tons of money to figure out. You're paying him less than $2 million. That's acceptable.
Yeah,
I won't
And this is likely the last time we talk about Sam Bennett.
ever.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be an AHLer for life.
So Hey, guess what we got?
What?
I'm holding my hand right now. The latest piece of Fourth Line Podcast merchandise.
Bum ba da bum.
This is, Joel, the latest and greatest in sponge puck technology.
Yeah, these are. Do you think these are better than the mini sticks?
I guarantee you these are better than the mini sticks. Because much like the mini stick, very cool, very novel. I don't see many people putting their names on mini sticks and handing those out. But this, I use this way more than I've ever used the mini stick already.
Wow, the mini stick gets a lot of use in my house.
Yeah, mini stick, hit with kids. Kids my niece loves the mini stick. But we know your boy also big fan. But this, it's so bouncy.
Yeah, it's one of those stress reliever pucks.
Yeah, it's like it's not super, like you can't bend it all the way. Like I'm using my entire strength right now, and that's all that it's moving. So like it's pretty firm.
Oh, so is it like a floor hockey like gym puck?
You could use it as like a floor hockey gym puck. Yeah.
Oh, this is so much better than I thought.
Yeah. So
our costs just went up to ship them too.
But they're still not super heavy. Like they've got a little bit of weight to them, but they're very good, very bouncy. And they say in white on this black puck, the Fourth Line Podcast.
I'm pretty excited about that. The other thing I'm excited about, I don't think I've told you this. I think I told you about the one. But as we were doing research about this thing, these types of companies are more than happy to send you samples.
Which is like if you guys, I just got today. My wife, she works in marketing, so I get these things. She's like, "Hey, do you want anything from them?" So I got a free lunch bag. I needed a lunch bag, and so now I have one. You can just do that. You don't need to work for these places. Just go to, your generic place that sells things, Vista Print or whatever, and just be like, "Hey, can I get a sample of this item you sell?" And they'll probably send you one.
Yeah.
If you're like,
so
I need a pen.
So I've got 3 stress relief pucks in my office right now.
You got
but they're
3
like,
of them.
Yeah, I ended up with 3 of them because I asked for them from two or three different places, and so they sent them. But they're like not like what we got. They're like the full on stress. Like I can squeeze it to basically nothing into my hand.
Yeah, and either I have the worst grip strength ever, or this is firm. So, and it's good. It's a lot of fun. You can toss it around, play catch with it. Shoot the stick with it. That's what we call it, right? Shoot the stick.
Shoot the stick. Welcome to the Fourth Line Podcast. We are the pros at talking about the hockey puck. And when the guys take the sticks and stride with their skates on the ice to shoot the puck with the stick puck thing.
Yeah. Well,
go hockey. Hockey talk.
Go hockey.
Hockey.
This week we are going to be previewing. Last week we got our season preview started. I believe, speaking of preseason, I think it starts on the 16th. So like just a week from now.
Can you imagine what it'll be like when Mitch Marner scores all the goals?
No, I can't.
Oh, that's going to be great.
I like to think and imagine like the plausible. I'm not much of a daydreamer.
Okay, so the plausible is the Leafs winning the Stanley Cup.
Look, we're not talking about your division yet. That's next week. Maybe we'll skip it. Do you want to just skip the Atlantic?
No, let's do the Atlantic last, though.
Okay.
Because don't you want to do your Metropolitan next week?
Sure.
Okay.
Do me back to back?
Yeah. Carl.
Joel.
Who finishes last in the Central Division? Or do you want to start? You want to start with first, or you want to start with last?
Let's start with last. But before we do that, I just want to remind everyone of the great people at ATB Financial who support hockey, support this show, and you should support them. Thank you. Now, let's start with last.
Okay. Carl, who finishes last in the Central Division?
It is the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh. Over under 62 points, 62 and a half points.
So what I have in my head, and I'm not giving anything away because I know that this was available on Twitter. The Athletics started doing their season previews, and they put points totals on it. Mm-hmm. And I saw the number of 84 points as a projection, which is still out of the playoffs. Like, you're still not a playoff team. That would put them second last in this division last year.
But
that is a 36-point improvement from last season.
Almost 40. Almost a 40-point jump.
Like, I forgot. I don't know how. Somehow, I forgot how terrible this team was last year.
And you may have lost your best goalie.
Well, and our best scorer, second best scorer, is going to hold out if we don't trade him by the start of the season.
Duchesne?
So that there is significant rumor that might happen. I would not be surprised.
If he holds out, he doesn't get paid, though.
Yeah, but he also doesn't have to play on this garbage team.
Money speaks louder than that. You're gonna toss. He probably makes a couple $100,000 a game.
Yeah.
You gonna toss that away just because you don't like playing on a team in the NHL? That's not gonna get you traded.
I don't know. It's worked for other people.
It just doesn't seem like a good idea.
Well, I would not be like, he is getting more and more like, just hockey players don't typically say anything noteworthy, and like, he's actually saying negative things about this team.
That's bad. Okay. That's a dismal situation. One of the other questions that I have is, you currently have 3 defensemen signed.
Yeah.
That seems like a problem.
So I don't know. Clearly, here's another abysmal situation. You played it off like we were moving to something happier. We're not. I don't know what Joe Sakic is doing with his time. Like, he knows this is his job, right? Like, he knows that he's being paid to be a general manager. He has to sign. He has 2 things left to do this offseason. It's been the same 2 things he's had to do for approximately the last 2 months. He has to sign Nikita Zadorov, and he has to trade away Matt Duchene. You only have 2 things to do. Zadorov has apparently given the Avalanche the sign that he wants to stay. He doesn't want to go to the K, so he wants to sign with them. They're close. I don't understand why the Colorado Avalanche are doing the exact same thing that they, for some reason, did with Tyson Barrie, and are doing that. So, yeah, They need to sign him. They're going to bring him up. Then the Avalanche do have, and this is where, it starts to get a little bit hopeful. And I say a little bit because there are some good defensemen that I personally am excited about. Biggest one is Chris Bigra. He's not actually that big.
Who is that?
He's just like one of those depth guys that fans of the team love, and no one else has ever heard of him. I'm excited for him. He's 21 years old, or 22 years old, defenseman, 6'1". He plays a fairly strong defensive game. And I mean strong, like physical strong. So he's going to be coming up. And then likely the other guy who will join him is going to be Anton Lindholm. That's likely the other guy who's going to be our sixth defenseman. And he's a guy who I also have fairly high hopes for to be, and I'm not talking like top pairing, but just a solid guy. He was playing in Sweden. He's come over, and he's going to be likely the other guy on that back pairing. So for me, I'm actually that's our strength of this team, is we've got six defensemen. Mark Barberio was statistically, fancy stats wise, Montreal's best defenseman until they just gave him away to us. So thank you. Then we've got Eric Johnson back. If he can stay healthy, which is always a question mark. Tyson Barrie, obviously, Zadorov, and then the two guys I mentioned. I'm actually like that decor.
Well, that's good. Carl Soderberg still on this team.
Yep.
That wasn't a great signing.
Nope.
So, are you excited about Tyson Jost?
Yeah,
Tyson Jost?
I'm excited about Mr. Tyson Yost.
Do you think he's going to play this year in the NHL or the AHL?
And
Think he's going to do well?
Yeah, I think because he's going to be likely the likely scenarios he plays with JT Compher, another young guy, and we'll see what they can do together. I think putting them together will help them to grow together, develop, and that'll be likely our third line.
Third line with Nito or something like that?
Yeah.
So, and then you got your first line is going to be McKinnon, Landeskog. You don't have very many guys that play right wing.
No, so it'll likely be McKinnon, Landeskog, and then they might actually put Nieto on that first line, or Rantanen.
So, okay, so you didn't answer my question, though, on the 62.5.
Okay, I got so distracted by how low that number was that I completely blanked on thinking about it. 62.5 still puts them as the worst team in the league. If you use last year's standings, the next worst team finished with 69.
So you're going to take yes? Higher? Over?
I'm going over.
70.5.
I would yes. I would peg them at a 80-point team.
That's crazy. That's 32 points.
Yeah. You have to be especially bad to finish that low. I'm not saying that they're going to be great. I'm saying 80 points. 80 points last year, Joel, that puts you as the 7th worst team in the league.
This is a team last year that had 48 points, and I don't think they got better. They may have gotten worse.
They did not get worse. Come on. They got rid of Francois Beauchemin. That is a win automatically.
What if you trade Duchesne for prospects? You got worse.
Okay. We also have a coach who knew that he was coaching this team more than 7 days. So we've got a guy who can actually prepare for the season and get a system in place, understand his team and know what he's working with, and not have to just bring in a system and hope it works with these players and then have to keep adjusting on the fly. You're already so far behind the 8 ball, then you just mail in the rest of the year.
Okay. Well, there you go. Now we got some life in you. You're fighting for your team. I like it. I like that fire, that fight.
I don't like this at all.
Why?
I
What do you mean?
I don't like having to justify why my team is going to be the 7th worst team in the league. That is a terrible thing to have to do. Like, you think they're going to be the worst, and I'm like, Joel, they're going to only be the 7th worst. Come on, give me a break here.
Fair enough. Over under 84.5 points for the Dallas Stars.
Is that who you have as the 2nd worst team in this division?
I want it to be Winnipeg, but I don't think it's going to be.
Like, because the Stars are a team that definitely got better this year.
Yeah, but Winnipeg's a good little young team. Okay, so you're going high. You're going to go over on the 84.5.
Yeah, I'm going over.
Do you have them in the playoffs?
No, because
that's 90 points, right?
That Central Division is good.
Yeah, but you had only 3 teams, and you had 5 going to the playoffs, and 3 going out of the Pacific.
Yeah, I have. Let's put this. Yeah, Stars in the playoffs.
So you're going Winnipeg next, then. So
yeah.
You want to talk about Winnipeg?
No, we can stick with Dallas.
Yeah. This is the thing.
So you're clearly going under on the 84.5, or is that?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure. I just I would actually say over. I just think Winnipeg's going to do better too. Like I think the Pacific's going to be really bad.
So you just think that they'll feast off of Colorado and their 62 points, the Knights and their 12 points,
yeah,
the Coyotes with their 17 points.
So the thing is, like, yeah, I think you're probably right. Actually, maybe the more I look at this, Dallas is probably a playoff team.
Like
they should be. They have no reason not to be.
They replaced Antti Niemi with Ben Bishop. That's pretty big upgrade.
Well, you replaced Antti Niemi and Kari Lehtinen with Bishop.
Yeah.
Which is still a huge upgrade when you combine both of those.
Yeah, if you just Ben, you play all 82. We'll pull the goalie when you need a break.
Yeah. And then Radulov.
Yep.
Martin Hansel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else they signed.
Mark Mathot. Like,
this is a good little team.
Yeah.
But they just don't seem they can pull it together.
Well, they did 2 years ago. Like, they won this division 2 years ago.
But they scored every single goal. Like there was like I don't know how many goals are scored in the NHL. There was like 2,000 goals scored that season, and Dallas had 1,900 of them.
Yeah, and all they did this year was go out and add a guy who scored a ton last year. He actually scored 18, but
it's like Radulov didn't score that many, did he?
No, but if you talk to Montreal fans, it's like he would have.
Okay, over under 60 points, 60.5 points for Radulov.
So that's more than he had last year. I'm going over because just the surroundings of him are better. This Dallas team still put up a ton of goals last year. They just didn't have anyone else doing anything.
If you gave me 50.5, I'd take the under.
I'm also going to take that back. They didn't score a ton of goals last year. I wanted them. I wanted them to. They didn't.
No. Radulov's going to be in the 40s for points.
Really? Not a fan of the Radulov?
That's going to be a terrible contract. They're going to be sitting here next year being like, oh no, we just signed Kari Lehtinen of the forwards.
I don't know if it'll be that bad.
It might not be that bad. 40 points is like, at least you're still getting something. But you know what I love about this team?
Nope.
The most? I love Jamie Benn.
Yeah?
I don't know why. I just like him.
That's fair.
Seems like a good guy. Seems like a guy that I would love to have on my own team.
Like, if he was a Leaf, you would be happy. I think everyone should be happy if they had Jamie Benn on their team.
Yeah, but doesn't he just seem like a guy you're just like, oh man, I love this guy.
Yeah, I would be a big fan of Mr. Benn.
Yeah. So okay, so So where do you got? So you've got Dallas above Winnipeg then?
Yeah, I got Dallas above Winnipeg.
So then Winnipeg, what do you have them? Give me an over-under where you're thinking they're going to be points.
Over-under Winnipeg. Last year, the Winnipeg Jets finished with 87 points. Over-under 87.5.
I think over.
So right in that playoff window. 94 was playoffs this year. So you're thinking they're creeping a bit closer.
So here's why.
Yeah, tell me. Because I don't see what the Jets... Like, okay, they brought in Steve Mason. I like that.
Let me tell you about a guy named Mark Scheifele.
Okay, tell me.
That guy's good.
Yeah, he was good last year too.
That's a good hockey player.
Yeah.
Here's a hot take. By the time their careers are over, we will be looking back saying Mark Scheifele better than Patrick Laine.
The better Winnipeg Jet.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Scheifele, better player.
So so last year on the Jets, Laine, outstanding season.
Yeah.
But certain, I think that is to be expected. A little one-dimensional, right? He scored a lot of goals. They wanted him to score a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Scheifele a little more well-rounded, and you want, especially from a center, you want that well-roundedness.
Still only 4 less goals.
Oh, for sure.
So saying he's a little bit more well-rounded, but still scored 32 goals.
Yeah. No, he is very good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but I don't think Mark, what is the next step for him? Because that's my question. 32 goals, 50 assists last year.
I don't think
a great
need another
season.
Step.
But
I don't think you need another step.
So what makes this team better then? You're okay, you picked the over, which was already the half point more than they had last year. Your reasoning was Mark Scheifele. He needs to get better.
No, that was one of several. You went on a tangent.
Okay.
You just jumped on that.
Okay. Well, you did say, let me give you a name, Mark Scheifele. I just assumed that was... tell me the other reasons.
No, there's more here.
Okay, tell me more.
Patrick Laine's going to take another step. As much as he's going to score more goals.
More than the 36.
Probably. You'd probably put him in the 40s this year, you don't think? You don't think he scores 41 goals?
I would say no.
So, because you got to remember, didn't he miss 20 games or something?
9.
That's not that many.
No.
I just think so. And then you got a guy this is a really young, good team. They got Scheifele, Laine, Ehlers. I'm sure Brandon Tanev. I've never seen that guy play, but his brother is really good, so he's probably somewhat talented. They got the Buffmeister. Wouldn't you want Dustin Byfuglien on your team? This is the thing. I don't know. I think they're going to be a good team. I think they're going to be, this division is so good. This is the best division, right? This is the best division in the NHL.
I would say probably, yeah.
Because, it's that or the Metropolitan. But the Metropolitan's Washington, Pittsburgh. The other ones are kind of good, but, one, you're just, apart from Winnipeg and Dallas, the other 4 teams can win this division, and I don't think you're you're not that worked up about it.
No.
But, cause this is the interesting thing, and this is what I was trying to figure out as I was thinking about this today. I was trying to figure out, and I think you probably would have been worked up if I had done this. But I'm not sure Dallas and Winnipeg finish below St. Louis.
I can get behind that.
Tell me why St. Louis, because that's who I would have next. I think that's who I have next, but I wouldn't be surprised if St. Louis is 6th in this division.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Because, man, I want Jake Allen to be really good.
Yeah.
But he's just, yeah. And then they got, like, Pietrangelo, Parayko, good defenseman, but, like, not, I don't know. I always think, like, I don't know, like, Parayko's still pretty young, but, like, Pietrangelo, I just always think he can be better than he is. Whenever I see him play, I feel like I hear more about him as being really great, but then when I see him play, I don't really feel it.
Yeah, I would agree similarly.
So, and then you just got, like, yeah, Tarasenko, stud. Then, like, you're like Paul Stastny, Alex Steen,
They added Braden Shen, though.
double, Like, I don't know. That guy has been supposed to be good for so long.
I think he is what I would steal a term from another show, a post-type sleeper. Like,
So, but he's not more than what he was last year.
no, but I think, like, he is a 25 goal scorer, which is something that I am quite happy to have on my team. You need those. You want those. A consistent 25 goal scorer is fantastic.
Yeah, it's just, they just have a lot of guys that you're like, man, you should be better than you are. Or I feel like you should be better than you are. Like, man, like Robbie Fabry. That guy, like, he should be better than he is, but he's just not right now. Maybe he takes another step, but
I was going to say, he's only had 2 years in the league. I still give him time for that next step for sure.
right, but it just never seems to get there with some of these guys, and you're just kind of like, I don't know, like you tell me, like, just Paul Stastny.
Yeah, well, I've got a lot of things to say about Paul Stat. If you want to get me riled up again,
I really don't. I really don't. I just like, nothing excites me about him. You're just like, okay, yeah, he's going to play center for this team. And like Alex Steen, you think he's going to score 30 goals ever again?
no,
Not
no
a
one
chance.
thinks that.
Well, they gave him a bunch of money.
Yeah, well, Alex Steen's agent thinks that. And good for him. He got his guy a lot of money. But no, he's not going to score 30 goals again. He's not going to probably score 25 goals again. It's just Alex Steen is a mediocre, especially at 33. Like, he's no.
Yeah. I have like people who like have pointed out to me, oh, you guys at least gave Alex Steen away for nothing. You know, like, he was nothing when we had him. I was like, and he's had one good season, and he's thrown together a couple of good, like, but I don't know. So you got them finishing. Where do you have them finishing next, or do you have them finishing higher? Because they finished third last year.
Yeah, I would put them at fourth.
Okay,
and this is where it gets tough, because for me, you have the Blackhawks, who won the division last year, the Preds, who snuck into the playoffs at the last second, and then went obviously on their cup run, and then the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
I
get next.
believe that I have no more time left to stall. I'm going to go with the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah, it's between them and the Preds. I would have gone Preds, but we can go Wild. That would tell you who I have winning this division.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it'll be very, very close. I think I would not be surprised if Chicago missed the playoffs. Like, that's how up in the air I am about them as a team.
You think they're broken after they're getting swept in the first round?
No, I just think, like, we've seen them, like, progressively getting worse year after year after year. We'll talk about the Blackhawks when we get to them more, but
this Minnesota Wild team is going to continue to put their trust in Devin Dubnyk.
Yeah, which
terrifying. He seems to be doing it, but man, is it terrifying.
Well, I think for a lot of people, like yourself, they go back to him in Edmonton and remember how terrible he was at times.
Yeah.
I have switched my opinion. I was fully in the same Devin Dubnyk is terrible camp. I've seen enough of him now that I'm like, yeah, Devin Dubnyk is a competent NHL goaltender like we all thought he could be when he first came up in Edmonton.
Yeah. Do you think Mikko Koivu's this is his last season in Minnesota?
I have literally never thought about where Mikko Koivu would go. No, I assume that he's a lifer.
He's 34. He's making $6.75 million. He's end of his deal. He's the captain of this team. He's such a weird guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's Koivu's brother. Or not, he's Koivu's brother. Yeah, he's Saku's brother, right?
Yeah.
Not his son, right?
No, that would be even weirder, because he's like the same age-ish.
Saku Koivu is not 34.
No, but he's
like
not that...
47, man.
No, he's not. He retired early. Saku Koivu, over under 43.
Over.
He is 42.
He didn't Saku beat cancer?
Yeah, he did.
I think I remember him coming back and playing for the Ducks.
Yeah, that was weird. Speaking of weird things,
Saku Koivu playing for the Ducks?
How many years do you think he played for the Ducks?
3.
5 seasons with the Ducks.
Wow, and he only played Ducks and Habs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated him.
Well, he was a Hab during, the last time that rivalry was actually a rivalry.
Yeah, so... Don't even get me started how the NHL has ruined rivalries.
Joel, they have rivalry night all the time. They're going to have Colorado and Philadelphia rivalry night this year. It's going to be great.
Actually?
No, but their Wednesday night rivalries are a joke.
Yeah. Again, I look at this team, though, and I'm just trying to figure out how did this team get, what did they get, like 100 and some points?
106. Yeah, let's play Joel's over-under game with the Minnesota Wild. Last year, 106.
Yeah.
This year, over-under 97.5.
Oh, that's dirty, man, because I was going to say, I was hoping you were going to put it at like 100.5, because I would have taken the under on 100, but 97.5. To go from a team that didn't really change anything, didn't really lose anything, I guess, what did they lose in the expansion draft? They probably lost something. But...
And they, Mr. Pominville, gone.
Yeah, but...
Tyler Ennis, in.
I don't think that really makes any difference. I'm kind of like, about either of those guys. But... I think you gotta take the over. Because, it's tough for a team that doesn't really do anything and drop that many points. So you probably take the over, but everything in me wants to take the under.
I would probably take the under. Well, I have them third in this division, so...
So you can't have them that under. Third in this division was 99. Third in every division. There's only one division that had under 97.5 as third.
That was the Atlantic with Boston.
Yeah. So if you're going to have them third, you kind of have to almost have them over.
Almost.
Okay. So...
Okay, fine, I'll take the over. You convinced me.
There you go. Nashville. Stanley Cup Finals repeat?
No.
No.
Not even close.
But yeah, you're gonna have them finish second.
I might have to change that, because my literal next question to you, and I know that you feel similarly to me on this. Over under games started by Pekka Rinne this year. 41.5.
Ooh. I'm gonna go over.
I feel like this is a guy who
should just get injured and never play.
Well, I think that they'll eventually realize that they could do much better with someone else in net, and that they'll try it and realize, well, this Soros is actually pretty good. Maybe we should just run with him. I want them to give him a try. I want him to have the opportunity to prove to them that he's good and he's better than Pecorine, and that they need to use him and let Pecorine just be old and expensive.
They only have him for 2 more years. It wouldn't be that big of a issue to not start him. Here's the thing. The more I look at teams, the more we're talking about this, the more I'm thinking Dallas and Winnipeg might be like 2 and 3 in this division.
So you're bumping down St. Louis, you're bumping down Nashville? Is that what you're doing?
And Minnesota. Like, you look at these teams and you're just like, and I think you're right. You look at Dallas, like, they're better. On paper, they're better than these teams.
Yeah.
This is like, Dallas could easily finish second. You could easily finish first in this division, I think.
Done it before.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, Nashville is starting to fall into the problem of having I don't know. I was like, they have all these big contracts, but all of these guys are so young. The Nick Bonino thing was weird. That's still weird.
I think that's a factor of they had the space, so they could do it.
Yeah, but
they did today, Thursday. Remember, today's Thursday for those folks listening later. Ryan Ellis hurt for the start of the season.
Right, but as much as I'm probably bumping down Nashville, they'll probably make the playoffs, and so it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Start of the season does really matter, but yeah, I don't know. Ryan Johansson here. Let's play a little over/under on him.
Okay.
See where you got him scoring some goals.
Okay.
Over/under 17.5 goals.
Over.
He hasn't scored more than that since 2014.
I would put him at 22 goals.
So that would be his most goals since that season.
That. If you had to ask me, I would say 22.
Okay. Philip Forsberg. Over/under 34.5.
Under.
Yeah. So he doesn't take his step, doesn't become a 35 goal scorer.
No, I think like high 20s, low 30s.
He's gonna score 30 goals. Victor Arvidsson. This will be his 3rd season in the NHL.
Got paid. Long term.
Good term. 32.5.
Oh, under.
Doesn't take another step.
No.
Scored 31 last year.
I know.
Okay.
Victor Arvidsson, he's good, but I will trust him when I see it again.
Okay.
I would, my guess would be 24.
Okay. Who scores more goals? Panarin? Brandon Saad.
Panarin. The trade was a terrible idea for Chicago.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
Who plays more games? Patrick Sharp or Marian Hossa?
Patrick Sharp.
You think?
Yes. Marian Hossa's retired.
He's not retired.
Don't you remember? He's allergic to the uniform, to his equipment.
He can't play?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I forgot about that. Well, this was completely insensitive.
Well, there's a lot of there's many people who are claiming shenanigans that he's not actually allergic, but yeah.
Well, that's not why I did that.
Right. You just forgot, which is fair.
I forgot. I apologize to Marian Hossa and his family. That was not meant to be a shot at what could be a very serious condition.
Yeah.
Okay. Richard Panik.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna do it again?
No.
That guy's never scored more than 10 goals again in his career, right?
I would not. Yeah, I get behind that. Definitely 15 peak.
This is the real question is this the beginning of the end?
Yes.
Is it, did they, You said you could see them missing the playoffs. Do they miss the playoffs?
No.
I think
we both have them at the top of this division, unless you're just going to keep moving Winnipeg
I
and,
don't know.
and Dallas up.
I'm just they're probably going to win this division, but I think, and this is probably not as hot of a take as I feel like it is, but in like 2 or 3 years' time, in 2 years' time, so not this season, not next season, but the following season, they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's not that hot.
Yeah, but it's going to be weird when they have 33-year-old Patrick Kane scoring 25 goals and making a lot of money.
But it'll make a lot of sense when they've got 34-year-old Corey Crawford, 36-year-old Duncan Keith, and 34-year-old Brent Seabrook, and you're like, oh, yeah, maybe that's why they're not good.
Yeah. Brent Seabrook. It's too bad they couldn't convince Las Vegas to take that contract.
Yeah. So I think definitely this is they've done well to extend their window, and I do not buy. Certainly, it was bad the fact that they got swept by the Preds. You should show up better than that.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not going to look at a 4-game window and say that the Chicago Blackhawks are done when over the other 82 games of that season they won a division.
Yeah.
Like if you take that and you were to make it. Let's say like the other teams all win those games. If you were to make it those 4 games part of the regular season, and you say every other one of those teams in that division gets 8 points out of that, the Chicago Blackhawks still finish second in that division.
Yeah. Underrated thing about this team, they got a front runner for one of the best names in hockey.
Oh?
Nick Schmaltz.
You're a big fan of Schmaltzy?
Schmaltzy. Schmaltzy! Schmaltzy! Like, that's such a good name. Schmaltz.
Yeah, it's solid.
You don't agree with me, do you? You're
It's
just like,
not the
that's not that
best
good.
name.
That's pretty good.
Like,
okay, you give me it. What's a better hockey name?
I don't know. Like, I personally much rather the guy they traded away. Like, Panarin?
No.
The Bread Man as a nickname? I love that.
No, you can't. When he scores a goal, you're not like, Panarin. That doesn't roll off your tongue at all. But
Also,
like when Schmaltzy comes by, and you're like, it's Schmaltzy! You're like smacking him on the head. Schmaltzy! That's so much better.
Sure.
What, you're going to go with Wingles? That's your better hockey name?
No, I'm with you. Schmaltzy's a good one, but
we weren't sure if we were giving away something.
yeah.
But I have an idea.
Okay.
Best hockey name.
Best. Okay. Like active hockey name?
Yeah, best active hockey name. Who is
Okay.
it? Because I don't want to do research on this.
Right. We're going to crowdsource it.
Yeah. But we'll give it a couple weeks, but send it and be like, no, this is, and
Last time we did, let's give it a couple weeks, we forgot to give it away. So let's just do 1 week.
okay, probably 1 week unless we get nothing in. But like, tell us why someone's name is better than Schmaltz. But you gotta like help us understand why. Like, give us the nickname or what they'd say.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
You like that?
And do they get one of these?
Yeah, we'll give them one of those.
Okay.
Well, isn't that what? I don't know.
That is what
What
they're
else do
for.
we have?
Yeah.
I thought that was
Well,
the
there's-
giveaway. Not to just build a bed that we sit on.
Like
you go on beds.
just like that bed of money from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
That's we have that many pucks that's all I did this weekend. That's that hour and a half meeting I had today was actually just a meeting on
Wait.
proper bed construction.
Did you know Jordan Tutu's on this team?
I didn't.
That guy's still around.
Yeah, he is. According to the website you're using.
Cap Friendly. Shout out to Cap Friendly.
Shout out to Cat
Dude.
Friendly.
He played 50 games for the Blackhawks last year.
He's
Over under 2.5 points.
over.
Barely 3. He had 3 points in 50 games. That's not good. That's Matt Martin-esque.
Matthew Martin. Joel, do you have anything else about the Blackhawks that you were thinking?
No, I sure do not.
Okay. I'm going to bring up something that I stumbled upon recently, and it is relevant. Do you recall a blog that me and you started approximately 10 years ago?
Probably. I don't really want to talk about it.
I think there was approximately four blog posts on this blog.
Don't give the name.
We won't go into any more than that, but it reminded me of one. Because as part of the Alberta Podcast Network, there's a bunch of other shows on there. And one of them, the Tight Ends Podcast, a sports/comedy show, they asked us some questions this week.
Oh.
Yeah. They called it the boyfriend/husband combine.
Okay.
So, ladies over at that show, they wanted to know essentially how good we are at various household activities.
Okay.
So, here are the questions for us from them. Are you good at loading the dishwasher? Let's answer it about the other person first, and then we'll give the right answer. So, Joel, am I good at loading the dishwasher?
Probably. You're fairly detailed and oriented, and you like structure and organization, I think. I'm going to go with yes.
Okay, yeah, that is a yes. Actually, right before we recorded this show, I don't think I started the dishwasher. Right as soon as we finish this show, I'm going to go start the dishwasher.
Okay.
I loaded it, though.
Well, good job.
Thanks. I guess I should say what I think about you. I was like, why is Joel just staring at me?
I thought this was a back and forth thing, but apparently not. It's just...
It's all about me right now, Joel.
Yeah.
Look, we've talked about how terrible my team is. I have been in a funk this entire episode. We should never. It's just I've felt off. We should never, or maybe if people have enjoyed it, good. We'll start with the Avalanche every single episode, but it just leaves me in a mood.
It apparently did, because you didn't even jump on the Schmaltzy, because that's the greatest name, I think, right now. That's the front runner. I'm going to win that puck.
You're going to win it? Schmaltzy's the winner?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think, Joel, yeah, you can load a dishwasher. You can fix a dishwasher. I know that much.
Yeah, I fix a dishwasher. Or can I do it well, or can I just do it?
How much skill does it take to load a dishwasher?
That's true. I'm not efficient at it. I could probably do better at getting more dishes in it.
Right. Are you good at, if you're going on vacation, packing the trunk? How are you at that?
Oh, that's my jam. I play Tetris, man.
I like that. I had to do that last weekend. It was not fun.
I got text messages about that. And we're going to share those on the Fifth Line After Dark episode.
Yeah. That was not fun. All right. Next question that they had.
Let's roll.
I shut my phone off. Can you hang pictures straight? I say Joel knows how to use a level. Yes, he can hang a picture straight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing Carl does too. Yeah. I got one of those. I was using one of those laser levels the other day.
Ooh, do you have one?
No, my dad does.
Oh, nice.
I used his.
That's good.
Yeah.
I used a level on the weekend as well. Was building a shed for a friend.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, not for a friend. And by say I was helping them build a shed, they were doing most of the work, and I was just helping carry stuff around.
Dude, I tiled the other day.
Yeah.
I was I've never tiled before in my life. It's tricky.
Yeah, I don't do that. When I needed to redo my backsplash, I paid someone to do it because I knew I would mess up, and then I would get angry, and then there would be spackle and grout just everywhere.
There was definitely grout everywhere, but it cleans up.
But I would miss one, and then it would be on my brand new counters, and then I would be mad, and it just wouldn't be good. So
yeah, okay.
I avoided all of that. All right. they had etc. What is your greatest talent? Like if you were to have to claim your best talent in like the household realm, what is it?
I'm pretty good at laundry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Although I can't really fold. Like getting that stuff clean, it's a breeze.
I've got a load on right now. That's why I didn't put it on the dishwasher.
Yeah, I don't know. Vacuuming, man. I'm good at vacuuming.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the vacuuming. We got one of those Dyson fancy things.
Oh, I don't have Dyson money, so.
Yo, someone gave us a Dyson.
Really?
I think my parents. Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, it's meant that thing sucks up everything.
Yeah.
You want a Dyson because you suck up everything, but then you also don't want one because you're like, oh my goodness, all of this stuff is in my carpet.
Yeah, like I've got a great Kenmore. It doesn't really do that much of a job.
So then you feel better because you're like, oh, my carpet's clean.
And it was only like $100, so that helps too.
What about you? When you think what's your go-to? I'm terrible at dishes. Not like dishwasher dishes, but like
washing them. I think that would be the one that I do a fairly good job. I hate putting away dishes. I just hate it. I hate putting away dishes. I've started to hate putting away my clothes. So like you bragged about your laundry, and I used to be like very diligent that I would put them away, and now there's just other things that I find more important some days.
Who puts laundry away? Just put it in the basket and pull it out of that.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
I don't know why you need to put laundry away.
So just like I should just sell my dresser and just turn it into baskets.
Do we get to hear the answers to these questions of the people that sent it in? What are they good at?
Yeah, well, I'll ask them what they're good at, their skills. I would say my best. I prepare a mean workday lunch. That's like back when we don't carpool anymore. When we used to carpool to work, my wife and I would make sure that her coffee was made. Her lunch was prepared, like a salad to go with it.
That's good. You're fruit. A good guy.
But
you're just such a good guy.
Now we don't carpool and she gets to sleep in more, so she gets to deal with that herself.
Oh, that's good. So, this is taking a strange turn. I wasn't expecting it to be talking about household chores.
Well, let's talk about this. Today we released our September Patreon barbecue article.
Yeah, that's the other thing I'm really good at, barbecue.
Well, if you were gonna say barbecuing, I was gonna immediately veto it and say we know.
I know.
We're well aware.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it.
And do you know what we talked about this month, Joel?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people?
In the article?
Yeah.
Our essentials.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say. The essentials.
The essentials. And it is the list of the essentials. It's mine and Joel's.
This is what you need.
Essentials. So check that out. Thank you to everyone who supports us on Patreon already.
Yeah.
And
you guys are the bomb.
Absolutely. We have the best Patreon supporters. Our Patreon chat group, they get hyped when the episodes are out.
Yeah. So I like our listeners. I like our little community of people. They're just a nice group of people.
Yeah, there is
except for that one guy, but we don't talk about him.
We won't name him, but very truly
it's tiny. But anyways.
Yeah, he only listens to the episodes he's on anyways. It's not like he's going to hear this.
There's no way he's getting to this part.
He's turned off long ago. I want his parents might still be listening.
Shout out to the Torreses.
Mm-hmm. Mom, Pa. Thanks for listening.
And Zoe. Hey, Zoe.
Nicely done.
I'm now her favorite.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you to everyone for listening. Let us know on the Twitters, or you could email us, you could Twitter us, you could Facebook message us. I don't think I don't know how you send a message on Pinterest, but if you can, and we have the email notifications turned on, we'll probably get that. We're on Twitter at Fourth Line. Oh yeah, you're supposed to send us. See, I'm still rattled from this Avalanche thing.
You're so off. You want me to do this? Okay. People send us what is the best hockey name, and if it beats Schmaltzy, we will give you a little puck. Not a little puck, a regular size puck.
Like, yeah, it's the same size as a puck. It's the size of my... Do you think I can fit this in my mouth?
If you fit that in your mouth, you can then... I don't even know what.
Oh, no, doesn't fit.
No, we can't. Doesn't matter what I was going to give you there.
Twitter.
Email. Fourth Line, mail at Fourth Line Podcast.
Mail at fourthlinepodcast.com, at Fourth Line Podcast on Twitter, Facebook.com/The Fourth Line Podcast, and obviously at the website, thefourthlinepodcast.com. We are still doing our 31 teams and 31 days preview.
Yep.
Today, the Flames came out. Tomorrow, my Carolina Hurricanes comes out.
Nice.
And then, it's the weekend.
Feel free to tell us what household.
Feel free to tell us which household chore you are the best at.
Yeah, man, words are hard. This is like spilling over to me.
But what's great is we've got each other's backs.
Yeah, and what's also great, fairly confident, nobody's listening.
It's true. Yeah.
This has gone on.
If anyone tells us their best household chore, I'll be impressed. And I won't even consider it bragging. Just good on you.
Give you a high five.
My jaw really hurts from trying to fit this puck in there, though.
You should go to bed.
I should probably go stretch it. Boom City.
That's my line.
Fine, say it.
Boom City.